Today, let's address the issue of fear.
Some might say there's lots of things to be afraid of in this world. I would tend to make a different argument.
Based on personal experience of some of the shitty situations that a lot of us have to endure in this life, I would submit to you that fear is a conscious choice. You can literally wake up one day and decide not to be afraid. And it would probably be best to do so, because based on personal experience, fear can dictate how you react to things and cause you to make the wrong choices along the way. Based on fear itself. It isn't necessarily the risk of infection that's the really dangerous part here. It's more people's fear reaction and the panic that could potentially ensue because of it. That's why I'd said before, if everybody else jumped off of a bridge, would you jump with them? That's the kind of reaction that fear can produce. So before you go jumping off the bridge, you might want to take a couple deep breaths and think, is this the best thing for me or the people around me, before you actually do so? Because once you make that leap, there might not be no coming back. Once you allow an emotion to dictate your response, you've entered a world of illogical thinking, of doing things based on an emotion that might necessarily steer you in the wrong direction. So before you make that leap, you might want to think about it. And just because everybody else is doing it doesn't necessarily mean it's the right thing. Because the sad reality is, fear leads to panic. And panic is the loss of all logic and reason. And on a society level, that can be the most dangerous situation of all. So what's it gonna be? You're gonna let fear dictate your response to the current situation? Or are you gonna apply a little logic and reason and let that control the outcome of your response or actions along the way? Because it just might matter. We've been told along the way by more than one source that we should prepare for some kind of event, because in my estimation, and others as well, everything changed in 2016. And in order to get out from underneath the system that they have created, certain things are going to happen. And certain things have happened along the way to try to avoid that outcome. But sooner or later, the pendulum has to swing the other way. The deck has to be cleared, so to speak. And in order to do so, you have to be able to lock things down, keep track of people, know where they are, where they're heading, who their associates are, and so forth and so on. And what better way to do it than a potential outbreak of an illness, giving the other side the opportunity to put all of the things into place to round these Fruit Loops up and cutting off their opportunity to scurry away like the rats that they are. The only thing that'll screw it up is the fear of the public and the panic that could ensue because of it. That's the best case scenario from where we are, because one way or another we face the possibility of betrayal. And should that event or outcome unfold, it makes the fear factor even more important for the individual themselves to be able to control. So, you've never had to survive hard times? Been threatened with unusual situations on a daily basis? Had to overcome the impossible on a semi-regular basis? Well, I suppose then it sucks to be you. Because I have some bad news for you. One way or another, you're going to have to cross the bridge that a lot of people have already crossed and determine whether or not you're going to let fear and uncertainty rule your life or jump off the bridge with everyone else into outcomes unknown.